Alrighty, hello and welcome back. Okay, so I now have 5 caps to spend. A couple of things I learned from the last episode has not been that long at all, real time, or at least for me, in game. So if you're going for caps, do not spend the 500,000 or 500 million. Leave that, because if you spend it all doing this, then you have to obtain that 500 million, when in reality, if you keep the 500 million, you only need to do 1 billion, and it turns over and gives you 500 million back, and then you do 1 billion over and over. So that's how it seems to me. I could be missing something, but if I spent all of this, it's just your first cap that ends up costing you more, because obviously if you're in the dungeon obtaining all this, it's going to reset back to 500 million, and then you'll work your way up to 1.5 billion, which in turn will give you a cap, and it'll reset back to 500 million, and so on. Secondly, I didn't notice this in the last couple of episodes, but when the dark casters, the dark mages are casting, I knew that was going to be loud, but it's really, really hard to hear me over it. And like I had mentioned before, if I could go in and change the volume for sound effects, I would do that. I turned the flashes off a long time ago, but there's no option for turning down the sound effects. So the only other thing I guess technically I could have done was pull the whole volume down, but it's only bad with the dark mages. So anyways, I apologize for that. I just won't be, if I'm letting that run, I won't be talking over it, or I'll pause it to speak, but I do apologize. Okay, now, I've decided instead of putting stuff into this, like I got this up to 470, I think is really the only thing I did. I think I put a little bit into health as well since the last time you saw it, but not a whole lot has gone into that. I'm going to go ahead, and I don't know why this guy, oh, look at this. Yeah, you can turn it on or off. I forgot about that. Okay, well, that's another place you can see how many caps you have. And if you turn this off, then it won't auto-convert. But that won't be an option that's there. I'm still waiting for the other thing that I know is supposed to trigger, but I'm not really sure what triggers that. Maybe I have to buy something before he'll do that, or maybe you have to save a certain amount before he gives you that final option. We'll get to that eventually, but I'm more interested in unlocking this. All right. This is going to unlock the shifter, and I'm going to go through and show you, illustrate a little bit of how this works. So, let's buy them. Spend 5 caps. So that's 7.5 billion gold to unlock this guy. Boom. Okay, there it is. And now what are we going to do? Alright, so, first things first. We're going to, as an example, well, you know what? Let me just do this first. Okay, here he is, right here. Bam. This class can learn the abilities of other characters. Boom. See the equivalent screen info for more. Okay. So we're going to hire him. Oh, I need to turn off auto, so like always. Let's just say never for right now. Okay, so let's just remove everything, because I got a couple of new things here. Okay, so here's how it works. This slot, you don't have any shifting stones. The shifter will collect them when watching allies in battle. Okay, interesting. That's a little awkward, but that'll work. So one of the 2 slots is taken up by these. So here's what we want to do. As an example, I'm going to take Soda Junkies. Now, one shifter can learn this guy's abilities, right? You don't want multiple shifters to try to learn one guy's abilities, but you can stack these guys. It multiplies the XP that he gets for a Soda Junkie by the number of guys that are in here. So if you only have one shifter, which is the max you should run for when you're trying to learn this stuff, and we put 3 other of these guys in here, to my knowledge, that will in fact work. So let's find out, shall we? Did I get all Soda Junkies? Okay, perfect. So instead of learning, so basically the way this works is for the Soda Junkie, the max level for the little relic, which we don't have yet, is level 2. It can go up to level 5, and in this case we're going to be learning Twitchy. Now normally that would take 500 dungeon levels, but since we have 4 of them in here, for my calculations, it should only be 150 levels. So we are going to swap these guys out. We're going to equip them as best we can. And you know, just for the fun of it, because none of this is going to matter. I'm just going to put them all in gold. Now here's some of the weapons. Well, first of all, we did get one piece of this right here. Fabulous armor. I can't remember if I showed that off. Now for weapons, we have now gotten Ogre Club level 2. I just actually got this. A T-Bone is the max level. Level 10, 345. I'm gonna, oops. I think I had shown off nunchucks. That's 430. It's pretty high. I mean, that's huge. Plus it gives a, I don't know if this is included with the bonus or not, but that's pretty big. And then you got this 37% crit for 257, 20% crit chance for 405, 75% gold earned. That's actually quite good. And 55% chance for that. None of this really matters though. We're actually just going to go with this because right now, the only thing we're really looking for are quick kills. Alright? And actually, now that I think about that, I'm not going to run the gold equipment. Why am I being stupid? I'm going to go ahead and just run the Demon Lord stuff. Because I need crits. Although, we're going to level 1, so it doesn't really matter, more than likely. But, in any event. Also, shield-wise, I think you had seen that in this. I forgot I had these. I got a Bunny Shield level 10, and then the next closest is a 2 and a 1. And this is great for the magic boost. This is definitely what you want to run. These are good for gold. These are like upgraded versions of this, pretty much. But, you know, anyways, the most I have is the level 7. So, but for our purposes right now, is there something that really matters to us? I guess I'll just, I mean, does it really make any difference? I could just do this. Since we haven't really run these, I'll do this so they're completely immune to status effects. Remember, this all we're trying to do is learn all the Soda Junkie stuff. We're going to get a stone here so we have it. And this is just to illustrate the point that I'm trying to get across here. And then I'll be doing a lot of this probably off camera if I'm being honest. But oh, and I forgot to equip my rings. I had gotten 2 of these arcane quartz. And the last time you saw it, I forgot to put this in. 60% magical crit chance, 20% additional magical crit damage. That makes a massive difference with how far you get. So the fact that I forgot to put that in was pretty dumb. But that's all good. I'll just put these in just to get a little bit of gold. Again, that's not really the priority, but okay. So we've established that multiple shifters, well, they'll learn different classes, but they won't stack with the same class. So keep that in mind. So whichever shifter learns, like starts the stone, that's the only one that's going to learn it. However, multiple of the same class, instead of giving one, like, let's call it an XP per area you clear, per level in the dungeon, it'll be 4 XP per level in the dungeon. And since this will cap out at 500, it should drop it to 125. And we're going to test that when we do this. So we're going to go, now this, the maximum in this dungeon I've been is 7,500. I've gotten this up to 6981, so we're getting pretty close. But let's just go here. It's going to obviously be easy. And actually, you know what? We're going to take this. 512 battles. I'm going to forget to equip that on my magic users, but whatever. Alright, now let's just see how it works. Now, this is, as you can see, this is a heck of a lot faster than it used to be. And when we hit 125, maybe 125, we'll just exit because we don't really care about what we're earning here. We're just trying to move. Oh, I forgot to do a night. Well, whatever. We're gonna get ambushed, but we should be fine with the health that we have. We don't have a thief. We don't have a knight. But that's the kicker. The whole point of this is the shifter can give you, in each slot, you get 2 classes. So I'll have one shifter that has the knight stuff and also is a dark mage eventually, and then I'll have the other one that's the thief and also a dark mage. So essentially we'll end up getting 2 more dark mage powers in addition to having a healer and having the knight. I'm sorry, oh, you can also do the healer as well. So one might be a healer and thief, and the other one will be a dark mage and a knight. That's how I technically run it. And then in addition to that, you have your 3 dark mages on the left. So that way you can have some healing if need be. And also the healer will, I believe if your MP's low, they'll use that ability to clear status effects and stuff like that. So that had nothing to do with MP. I keep thinking refresh in other games that I'm used to is like MP refresh, but refresh in this game means clear status effects. They're wearing the shields though, so they're never going to get that. But this should be relatively quickly, and it should illustrate the point. We might do another one because these lower levels are just so easy. But here's the thing, though. So for the Soda Junkie, as I mentioned, you need 500 dungeon levels cleared. The Ruffian is 1,000 dungeon levels, and it's a level 2 only. The Conscript, I hope you can hear me over these crits, because that's something else I didn't think about, dang it. Hopefully it's not as loud as the other stuff, but in any event, the Conscript is 1,500 dungeon levels, and that is also max level 2. The Fighter, on the other hand, goes up to level 3, and you need 3,000 total. It's 1,500 for level 2, and 1,500 for level 3. The Conjurer is a total of 3,000, but it goes up to level 4, and it's 1,000 for level 2, level 3, and then level 4, for a total of 3,000. The Healer maximum stone level is also level 4. It goes up to 4,500 though, so it's 1,500 for level 2, 1,500 for level 3, 1,500 for level 4, and so on. You can pull up the Soda Dungeon Wiki, and you can take a look at all this stuff. So, but yeah, we'll be doing the Healer, the Thief, and the Knight initially, and then once I get my guys in there, they'll learn the Dark Mage Stone at some point as well. So, should be pretty good stuff. I hope. And like I said, if my calculation is correct, 125 should have him learn this. And this is mostly just for illustration purposes, because now that I have this, I'm going to go ahead and put groups together to just try to quickly learn this. So, I really hope you guys can hear me over all these crittings. I kind of didn't think about that, but if 125 isn't enough, we'll just go out again, but I feel pretty confident with that number. We are almost there. Now, the completionist in me will do it for every single class, but out of the gate, we need certain ones to just make it work. Okay, we're on. I'll let it do. No, you know what? No, 125. That's how confident I am about this. Let's just do it. Look at that. We made 668K just off that run. Amazing. Alright. Did our little guy learn it? We're going to hire him again and just see. Okay. Oh, there it is. I was going to say, what the heck? Max level. See, so now we can equip it, and that's how it works. And now we have this skill twitching. It's a shame you can't click that in it and tell you what that is. What that is actually is a 20% chance to evade. So if we equip that, then we're cool. And if not, we unequip it. See? So, that being said, that is essentially how it works. So now, as another example, if we wanted to do the exact same thing, but let's go ahead and start one that we actually care about, right? So I think it'd be more efficient to do one and then all the ones that you actually need. This might not be the best way to do this because you're obviously not going to be making a lot of gold. But let's put the healers in. I don't guess it really matters if he's last or first, but yeah, We'll just make them. I mean, they've all got a crit, so we'll have to go further with this one. So obviously this is not going to be... Now, here's the thing. I can go ahead and give him this one, right? So he has a chance to dodge for now. But the second one, he should immediately learn the healer one. So that's the good news. And again, we don't need that much more, so we'll be fine with this. Their crit probably is capped with this. Yeah, it's at 100%, so we're good. I think we'll just go with the build we just did, because it seems pretty safe. And remember, we're not really here to try to get gold. All we're trying to do is get the dungeon clears. It's another good time to level your pets. I will put these in, though, just as a slight boost. Not gonna make much difference, but probably make more sense to do something like that, but that's fine. Alright. Now, what are we looking for? For the healer, we need 4,500 total dungeon levels. So, as you can imagine, this one's going to take longer, but how much longer? Well, let's do some math, shall we? 4,500 divided by 4. That means we need 1,125 levels. That's doable, right? 1,125 levels. So if we start at level 1, that should be pretty easy to figure out. So rather than having to do 4,500 with just one, we can times 4 it and we should be good to go. Alright, so that's essentially what I'm going to be doing in my time currently. And then once I get a couple of things set up here, I'll probably bring you back once we're actually farming with those two guys, and then I'm learning the Dark Mage one. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. They're really quite cool. They're like celestial beings that can learn this stuff. And also, in case you're wondering, you absolutely can, and probably eventually should, you can learn stuff from the Rage Zerker, the Gladiator. Whoops. My bad. I clicked off my screen. Sorry about that. Anyways, the Rage Zerker, the Gladiator, the Wizard, the Shopkeeper, and the Owner. You can learn all that, but it takes way longer to get their stuff. The other one that you're definitely going to want to add to that, though, is the Wizard at some point. So, if you don't run the Dark Mage, you might want to run the Wizard. Because the Wizard actually gives a boost to magic attacks. I don't know if that's just for him or for everybody in the group, but also when you warp, he doubles the warp length. So instead of being like 4 or 5 like tiles, he'll do, obviously double that, 8 or 10, whatever it is. I think it's 4 and then it doubles to 8, but either way, yeah, it's pretty cool. So something to consider, and having the option and just changing your builds up is really quite neat. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So that's pretty much what we're doing today. Not a super long episode to explain it, but hopefully I covered everything that we needed. It did take a little bit of time to grind those caps, but eventually, hopefully, we'll be drowning in caps, and then the relic levels will skyrocket, and that's when we'll really start taking off. But at this point, again, this is what I would consider full endgame. So, yeah. I do hope you enjoyed. If you found yourself enjoying the video, if you can hit that like button for me, I'd be greatly appreciative of it. And if you're not subscribed, now would be a great time to do so. And I will see you in the next one. Hopefully I have a bunch of these learned and we can check it out. Have a good one.